knowledge about HR that is not in the book, or it's you wouldn't know this from Ajahn Patsari or any teachers in the world. So this is quite a rare opportunity. Okay. I have been specializing in HR and business partner, HRBP. Have you guys ever heard of HRBP? Yeah, in your company you have HRBP before?
Sure.
No, okay. I'll mention about it later. I have been doing organization design, talent acquisition. So talent acquisition is a new word for recruitment, okay, and compensation and benefits, and also the employer's branding. Talking a bit more about myself. So I graduated from Akson, Jula. So I graduated in Faculty of Arts, Chulalongkorn University, like a long time ago. And then I pursued my master degree here at your place right now. So I graduated 5 years ago. I was the batch 7 of this class. My dissertation was job satisfaction and intent to stay of Generation X and Generation Y employees in multinational FMCG companies in Thailand. Pretty long, right? So I was always having interest in HR. So when I pursued my master degree here, I started working as HR already, and I chose the dissertation, or IS study with Ajahn Patsari. So my dissertation was with Ajahn Patsari. Yeah. I have been working as HR for over 10 years. Yeah, although I look young, right? Yeah. In couple of big companies in Thailand. I started my career in PTT, which is a national oil and gas company. Yes, and then I jumped into FMCG companies, starting with Colgate-Palmolive, Pepsi Cola, and Pepsi Cola back then they produced Pepsi and Lay's, right? In JTI, the cigarette company right now. Any of you guys know the word FMCG?
Food and manufacturing.
Fast-moving consumer goods.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you. Fast-moving consumer goods product. So FMCG is the company where you can hear about the names everywhere. The big FMCG companies in Thailand are Unilever, Nestle, P&G, where they produce like food, beverage, shampoo, toothpaste. So all of the consumer goods in that are fast moving. Okay, and in my not my free time, I'm doing the part-time job as an HR advisor for the startups and SMEs as well. Actually, it started from my friends when they were starting to do their own business and they don't have any knowledge about HR. So they asked me like how to set up the HR process, how to recruit people, how to do talent management, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? All of my friends who run their own business say that nothing in running business beats the headache about people. Do you believe that? Fighting with stocks, fighting with shares, fighting with suppliers and vendors. It's not more difficult than HR. So it is very vital and crucial for you guys who own business or who work as employees. And in the future, you are becoming to be managers, right? Because you are doing MBA. It is very crucial for you to know the HR process as fundamental. Okay, so not to waste your time, let me ask you one question. Who own the business here? Can be a hobby, Instagram, Facebook. Nobody? It's running a business. Probably in the next semester, third or fourth semester, you will start thinking about owning business because you'll be writing business model and stuff, and you will start thinking about making it real because I did as well. Okay, so all of you are employees, right? Yes, in a company. Who are satisfied with your pay right now? Give me your hands. Who feel like, okay, I'm doing okay with what I get right now. I'm not needing more. Yeah? Where are you working?
I'm working in a company as a foreign expat. That's why I'm satisfied.
Okay, yeah, that's the exception case. Any more of you in Thai companies? No, right? Yeah. So there must be something wrong in the system, right? Must be wrong in our understanding, or must be something wrong in the system where 99% of you are not satisfied with your pay. So let's work on it. Let's see what's wrong in this. Okay, so we'll start with compensation and benefits management. The agenda will be roughly like this, blah blah blah. If you have any questions at all, you just raise your hand and ask me now while I'm speaking or after the class. I feel free. I would like this class to be very friendly, to be a discussion. If you go to interview in any companies and you have questions that you don't dare to ask HR, just ask me because I'm HR, okay? Like how do you get a job and stuff, you can ask me after the class as well. So, what do you think can be the benefits? Can be called compensation or benefits in HR, in your organization?
Money.
Money, yeah. Salary, money. What else can be benefits that a company can give to you? Bonus, yeah.
Oh, look at the lotto. What else can my company do?
What else? Only money, only salary and bonus?
Welfare.
Benefit, welfare,
Welfare.
yes. Insurance can be right.
Yeah.
The death insurance, but it's not worth it. Don't die in your job, okay? Insurance, medical insurance, insurance for yourself or your family. What else?
Pride.
Hmm?
Pride.
Pride.
Pride of company.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, it can be the pride working in the company, feeling of working at a big company, right? There are lots of things that can be called benefit in an organization. It includes training, gym membership. Any of the companies that you are working provide you a gym membership, yeah? Yes, probably some discount or some some like free membership, right? Provident fund. You know the provident fund? Yeah. If your company giving you the provident fund, please do it. It's the best saving in the whole world. Okay. It is etc. Like a lot of more things that can be benefit. But the problem is that when the employees think, I only get like 30,000 baht a month. It's not enough for me to pay my bills. It's not enough for me to go abroad like twice a year. It's not enough for me to pay for my family. But the employees, like ourselves, myself as well, don't see what is under the iceberg. Okay, so there are lots of more costs that you don't see, the hidden costs about, the benefits. I have, so my company selling tobaccos, right? I have around 500 employees, and most of them are salespeople. Those salespeople, the turnover rate is very high. Every month there will be like at least 4 or 5 salespeople quit from the company. Why do you think they do that? yeah, they think that they don't get enough pay, they think that they only get like 12,000, 13,000, 15,000 baht a month. That's why when they get new jobs or new opportunities that approach them and they get like 1,000 baht or 2,000 baht more, they just leave. Because they only think and see what they see here as monetary benefits. So we'll dig more into that later. The whole concept of CNB, or compensation and benefits. In the past, our department, HR, we called it payroll. Just payroll. What is payroll? Payroll is just like getting yourself paid every month. Just make sure that on the 25th or on the 30th of each month, all of the employees will get paid. Probably at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. they'll get the cash into their account. That is the payroll. But then when the time goes by, with the revolutions and everything, internet, new eras of workforce, it's not enough anymore to do just payroll, to get paid, to give cash to the employees. So there is the whole new concept of this. It's called total rewards. Okay, what comprises in total reward? It's the thing that I told you earlier, that it's more than monetary and non-monetary making. Okay, you think a company needs HR? Any company needs HR. If a robot or we have outsourced to do the payroll for us. You think in any company, do we really need HR? Yes? To do what? Mr. White T-shirt. Yeah. Other things that have to plan, for example? Okay, that's a great answer. So I believe that you have reached your last class today. Next slide will sum up everything about HR. Okay, why do we need HR? This is a very simple, and this might not be for every company, but I think this pretty much sums up everything. A company, if you own a company, do you want volume, quantity or quality of candidates that come to your company?
Quality, of course.
Volume?
Quality.
Quality, yeah, quality. For sure. And these days there are like millions of companies in the world, in Thailand even, when I was younger, when I graduated here, there were like only, I think less than 10 companies that Thai students wanted to join. Can you name me some that your parents really want you to join? What? EGAT. Oh. EGAT? Yes. What else? SCG, yeah, very classic. The National Cement Company. What else?
PTT.
Yes, PTT. I did as well. I joined. And when I wanted to resign, my parents screamed. I understand that. Yeah. What else? Yeah, SCG, EGAT, PTT. Any big ones? For example, in your country, any companies that is ideal for parents, like you need to join.
Samsung. Hyundai Motors.
Yeah. What again?
Hyundai Motors.
Hyundai
yeah.
Motors. Hyundai Motors. Yeah. So, but time change, things change. you think right now the candidates or the students or yourself, what kind of companies would you like to join?
My own.
Still Samsung? No. Why? Yeah.
I think best company is my own company.
Yes. Yes. That's correct. Time change. Yeah. Starting up your own company is much easier than the past, right? So these days there are lots of startups. There are lots of SMEs. Anybody can be business owner. You just, these days you just eat on YouTube and can be your business owner. You can be a star. It's like eating show, which my parents wouldn't understand at all. It's called mukbang or something, right? Yeah. Or you just put the makeup on YouTube and you become the star. Who know Ashi? You know Ashi, right? Ashi is she used to study with me as well. Ashi is a YouTuber for makeup. She just bought her parents 18 million baht home with YouTube. Yeah, with her YouTube channel. These days, everyone can become a business owner, can become a star, can become everything. So it's not Unilever, it's not EGAT, it's not SCG, and it's not Colgate-Palmolive. Not only Colgate-Palmolive can produce toothpaste anymore. There are like hundreds of the competitors. So it's crucial for HR to become the employer of choice, which means that the company has to drive more, to do more to attract the candidates, especially these days. And do you want a Deadwood? Who knows the word Deadwood? Deadwood in an organization. Yeah, old people probably might not be old, but they go to work at 10, and then at 2 or 3 o'clock they go for shopping, and then they come back and work around like 1 or 2 hours and then go home. That's a Deadwood in the company, and you are paying a lot for those people. No companies would want that. So every company would want the best employees to be in the organization, and also be the company that everyone wants to give their best to the company, right? So it's very crucial for HR to attract the right people into the company and to develop everyone, especially the good ones, and to retain the good ones to be in the company. These days we call talents a lot more. So as I mentioned earlier, the recruitment has changed the name to be talent acquisition in most of the companies already. So it's not just recruiting, finding people on JobsDB, finding people on Job Top Gun or Job Fair. When a company is about to hire people, it has to be talent. That's why the company changes the name to be talent acquisition instead of recruiter. Okay? And this process, attract, develop, and retain people, has to be based on the sustainable policies, good policies, and good process. Okay. So, what can compensation help to attract, develop, and retain people? The compensation itself, it means rewarding employees, rewarding employees for the work or the job that they have done. Objective to attract, retain, and motivate people. But what is total rewards? Total rewards is everything. It's not only money, which we will talk later about it. Okay? Compensation philosophy and principle. Again, if you run your own business, you just start your new own business. What kind of people you think you have to recruit in your company? How do you know that? Because there are lots of candidates out there in the market. The candidates who are fresh graduates, the candidates who are very experienced, right? The candidates who graduate engineering, candidates who graduate marketing. What kind of people you think you will want to recruit in your company? What methods do you use to measure it? Anybody, please? The guy in the green, please. I'll keep telling you, calling you by your shirt, everyone.
It's blue, but
Yeah, it's blue, but it's okay, yeah.
okay. So maybe the company's strategies or the plans.
That's correct. And you read my sheet, right? But it's okay. That's true. When you start your own company, you will have to have the vision or the goal. What kind of products do you want to sell? What kind of service? What kind of goal? You want to be number one in 5 years? You want to be number one in 10 years? Or you want to be just a follower in the market? The company will have to have goals and visions. And then, just like the marketing strategies or sales strategies, we'll have to have HR strategies as well. When you translate everything into strategies, you will know what kind of people strategies you will use for your companies. And it will translate into the policies, into the practices that you see nowadays. For example, I was in PTT-EP before. Do you think what kind of culture of PTT is like? Or in IGAT? Conservative. Yeah, one word. Any words? ขอสั่งคำ 3 words for IGAT, Bank of Thailand or PTT. Conservative is one word. Routine. Yeah. What else? Bureaucracy. And you think those, cultures, those DNAs, or probably it's stereotype, right? Where do they come from? Why do people think like that? Because you haven't worked with those 3, right? You didn't. But people think but the company is shaped and people see it by the way that the company set the visions and the goal. For example, PTT that I worked for, it used to be owned by 100% by government, by the Department of Fuel and energy. The very top of the company is not a person. It's not a person, but who? It's not owned by one person. It's owned by whom? Those kind of companies.
State, the people.
Yeah, states, people, or shareholders, right? Or shareholders, or board, we call it the board. Therefore, the company has to do everything very, very carefully. Because every decision they make will impact the price of the share, the price of the stock, right? And, us as people who buy their shares. So, when it translates, when everything is cascaded down, it will become the culture and the DNA of the company. And it will become the policy and the practices of the company as well. I used to be called in HR room. I was not HR when I was there. that I shouldn't be wearing trousers if it's not Friday. Yeah. So I was like, really? Seriously? What does trouser has to do with the work I do? Every email that I sent or every slides that I did, my line managers never read it online. I have to print it out, put it on their desk, and they will read it on paper. Yeah. Every decisions or every proposals, probably I would like to, to buy cookies for the meetings some days. I will need to write a memo, like in Thai. เนื่องด้วยข้าพเจ้า it's very, the process is pretty suffering. Why? Because all of the expenditures, all of the expenses, they believe that it will affect the whole company P&L and also the shareholders. So you kind of get it. How do the policies translated back into the company visions and goal? And if you run a company by yourself, you have 5 people. You think you will do the same kinds of PTT, EP, or EGAT do or not? No, right? You would like to read email at midnight. You would like to call your employees on Sunday or Saturdays. Yeah, so that's the difference of the philosophy and principle in each company. And for the pay as well, the compensation and benefit. Yeah. So every company, I think, they need to be externally competitive in the market. No one would want to be in a company who gets low paid, right? Yeah. For example, if you work for Samsung and you work for Huawei, exactly in the same position, a marketing manager, you know exactly that people in Huawei will get 10 months of bonus, while in Samsung you only get 4 months of bonus. Of course, the problem is that all the brains will leak to another company. So you need to be competitive in the market. And also, you have to be internally fair enough with the people. In these 2 years, who have changed the job? Who changed the job? No one? Yeah? A lot? It's your second job, or how many times? 3rd already? Yes. And every time that you change the job, how many percent, for example, would you like to get the raise?
It's different because I changed the field, so it's hard to compare, but normally 20 to 30%. 20 to
30%. And do you think the internal persons, the one who worked there before you joined, they will get 20 or 30% each year? No, right? So this kind of problem has become pretty, classic in everywhere actually, but it's more severe in Thai culture because people do change job a lot. And it has affected the feelings of the internal employees. So we will talk later on how HR would be able to manage it. Okay, we have to be externally competitive, we have to be internally fair, and also we have to comply with the legislation, all the laws and everything. If you have a company and you want to sack people, you want to just fire people, you think you just tell them like, okay, this is your last day, bye-bye, pack your stuff and go. You think you could do that? No. Because 2 months later, there'll be a paper stick at your company telling you to close down the company because you are sued by that employee. Okay, so These are the three main philosophies that each company, every company will need to stick to. As I mentioned earlier, the rewards, will be cash, sometimes non-cash. We will see. So this is the whole concept of total rewards that could be possible, but could be more than this. So the total rewards can be grouped easily into two. The first one is monetary, financial, cash, you can see. The second one is non-monetary or non-financial. Okay. The monetary can be split into direct and indirect compensation. The direct compensation, of course, it will be wages and salaries. Anybody of you know the difference between wage and salaries? Wage in Thai we call ค่าจ้าง salary is เงินเดือน Do you think how different is it?
Payment by job.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. That's very correct. Are you HR? Are you HR? No. Okay. So the wage is it's something you get paid for your service. For your service. It can be daily or monthly. But if you don't provide that service, you won't get it. For example, if you are an MC, a pretty in a motor show or something, you get paid by day, right? If you go one day, you get, for example, 3,000 baht. But if you don't go, you don't get anything. While the salary is monthly based. So if you get sick, if you take vacation, you still get that money. That's the difference between wage and salary. The allowances. Any of you get allowances in your payroll every month in cash, besides from salary? Any of you? Yes. What kind of allowances? Business trip every month in the same amount. Food allowances. So you are working in manufacturing? No, but they give you food allowance every month in the same amount, right? Yes, this is the kind of some companies we try to call it tools of trade. Tool of trade. It means that employees will use it to actually perform the job that they need. For example, if you are a salesperson, that you need to travel like 5 or 6 provinces every month, what kind of allowances you think that we have to provide them? Petrol. What else? They use their own car every month to travel to work.
Depreciation.
Car depreciation. Okay. And if you are an event organizer, what kind of allowances to be given? An event organizer.
This is you.
Phone allowances, because you will need to use it a lot. And this kind of allowances can be changed when you change the job, right? For example, if you join a company as a salesperson, as I mentioned, that you need to travel a lot, and then one day you get promoted to be a manager sitting in the headquarters, do you think the person will, longer need that allowances or not? No. And this is the challenges of HR. And I have to warn you, if you will want to start your own business, that you have to make it clear with the employees that all of the allowances are not the benefits, but it's a tool of trade. So if you change the job, change the nature of the work, you will need to give it away or return back to the company. Okay.
I'm sorry. So with this, if the allowances are being paid monthly, right?
Yes.
Comparing this to the one that you reimburse on the actual amount you spend, so that's gonna be a difference when you calculate the annual income in the tax report.
In the tax, everything will be calculated in the annual income.
Because if you reimburse from the company
Mhm.
as an expenses, it might be treated as a company expenses, and that will not really include it in 50 to even some employees.
Okay, it's based on this one is based on the HR policy in each company as well. For example, if they give you in cash after the day of the payroll, not the same day of the payroll, and it's not in your payslip, that one is not in the in the tax. It's not in the we call it. But if it's the allowances that you reimburse, but it appears in your payslip, for sure it will be in your tax calculation. And what different? Yeah, it's a very good question. That's it. That is very practical question. Do you think what is better between getting the allowance every month in your salary or the reimbursement? For example, if you're an event organizer that I just mentioned, if every month the company pays you 3,000 baht, or the company asks you to claim as per actual that you use, what would you like better
Allowance?
as an employee?
Probably allowance.
Probably allowance. Why? Can you know?
We can manage the budget by ourselves.
Yes, you can manage the budget by yourself. That's correct. But if you appear to be a person with very high base salary and you appear to be a person who needs to pay a lot of tax, you might not like that option, right? Because it will even plus in your total income, and you will have to pay for tax more. So some employees might think that, oh, it's not fair. Yeah, I used to be called by an employee to change to the claim because they will get 100% of the claim, not deducted by tax. Yes, so it depends. It varies on the situations and employees. But once you implement the policy, you have to use straight away for everyone as the same. Okay, you have to treat everyone as equal. Another two direct compensation, another two cash that are very important as well is the short-term and long-term incentive. Any of you again get incentive or commission? You? So you are a salesperson?
No.
No. You are a management?
You won't guess. I'm a professor.
Okay, you're a professor that you'll get a commission or incentive. So incentive has two different types of incentive as well. One thing is short-term incentive, another thing is long-term incentive. Any kind of long-term incentive that has come to your mind right now that you appear to know?
When you take certain years of employment,
Yeah.
and you get reward.
Yes, that could be one thing. In some companies, they call it long service award. And some companies, they call it appreciation award or whatsoever. But the long-term incentive, the purpose is to retain a good employees, to stay with the company for as long as possible. So, for example, my company, they give every 5 years. So every 5 years, in the past, many companies like to give gold in Thailand. Yeah, gold like 1 baht, 2 baht, 3 baht. But as the gold price fluctuated a lot in the past 5 years, so we changed it into money already, and it's subject to personal income tax as well. But do you think it works, this kind of scheme for the people nowadays? Stay with the company. If you reach 5 years, you will get gold for 1 baht. You think it works? Would you want it? No, right? Yeah. Thank you for the feedback for the HR. Okay, so
When I used to
yeah, so in nowadays we will have more of the long-term and short-term incentive. I'll talk later. And some of the indirect compensation, it might not come in cash, but come with something else legally required. For example, social security. In Thai we call ประกันสังคม that the company will need to pay every month to the government for you. Provident fund and pension fund. Provident fund, talking about provident fund, you guys have provident fund in your companies, right? And do you think what objective? Why does the company need to give provident fund? It's not because every company does it, but there has to be some reasons. Why provident fund? Legal? No. It's not legally required. Provident fund works like long-term incentive. Because of what? When you sign contract with the company, do the HR explain to you? Yes, right. So every month, the company will deduct certain percentage of your salary into the provident fund, and the company will match, right? Some the company match, some of the company don't. For example, if you contribute 5% or 10%, the company might match like 5% only or 10% if generous enough. But if you resigned, will you get the money from the company's contribution straight away? No, why? What condition under that?
Years of service.
That's correct. Years of service. So you have to reach certain years of service to get certain percent from the company's contribution. Some company might start at 2 years, some company might start at 3 years. But most of the times these days the research say that the companies started earlier at 2 years and then started to give 100% at 5 years. So it became shorter. In the past, when I first joined the company, it was 10 years until you get 100%. That's why I say it's the best saving in the world, right? Your money is safe with the company. And the company's contribution is safe as well if you don't choose the risky plan. Your companies ask you to choose the plan for the investment. Yes, and it will be impacted a little bit, but your money will be saved. Yeah, with the provident fund. So it works like a long-term incentive here. The insurance. What kind of insurance could it be? Compensation and benefit. What kind of insurance? Car insurance? Car insurance, no. But in some case, they provide car insurance for the salesperson who need to travel a lot. What else? The very common insurance that you guys get.
health.
Again? Huh? Health insurance. It's called OPD, right? OPD and IPD. So, do you think your OPD is enough? Yeah? How much do you get?
It's actually unlimited.
Unlimited. Wow. You join her company. Yeah, okay. Yes, some company is unlimited. They give they call it as charge. So for example, if you see the doctor for like 100,000 baht, they will just pay 100,000 baht. But most of the companies, they will give you like 2,500, 3,000 baht. Some of the company give 1,000 baht per time. So this kind of insurance is also the company's biggest cost, because when we buy the insurance, we need to buy in group insurance, like in the high amount of employees. Okay, and other benefits and perquisites. Other benefits, for example, annual leave. Do you think why annual leave or vacation is based on it's part of the monetary? Vacation, 10 days, 15 days, 12 days. Why it's not, non-monetary benefit? Because when you take vacation, do the company pay you? Yes. When you get sick for like at least for lower than 30 days, does the company pay you? Yes. That's why everything that can be translated into money, the company will take into account of the OPEX, or the SG&A cost that you studied in accounting already. Another part is non-monetary, probably content with the job, the feeling with your organization, the culture, and everything that cannot be translated into money. Any questions about this page? It might be on the exam link. No. Okay. These compensation that I mentioned is considered a fixed compensation, which means as if you are very sick that month, you cannot work properly, you don't perform, you get the same, right? You still get the same amount. It's called fixed. These one are the variable compensations, which means it's based on some kind of result, some kind of KPIs. And there are purposes of these two compensation as well. Okay, creation of C and B policy in the companies. What time usually do you guys break?
7:30.
Past 7. 7:30.
Correct.
Okay. Any of your companies that pay salary half a month? I mean like every 15 days? You? Okay, so it's 15 and 30th, is it? Any of you guys get more than 6 months of bonus? I will be super jealous. But actually my friend in Huawei, as I mentioned, they get like a year of bonus this year. A year, like 12 months, oh my god. And also some kind of national companies, PTT as well. They give like 5 or 6 months of bonus. Why? How could they do that? Like, wouldn't they be like bankrupt or something that they give that amount of bonus to the people? What again?
Do they give low salary?
Yeah, can be. Okay, so everything is based on the policies of the company. The creation of CNB is based on the management decision, based on the goal, based on the vision. Yeah, you see these 3 pictures and you tell me what key takeaways from these pictures. What perceptions that these employees have with the companies? What perceptions? What feeling? Imagine yourself getting angry
Yeah.
every time you get the pay raise.
Huh?
Can you tell me what kind of perception? Probably this side. Yeah, I haven't heard like your voice at all. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are they satisfied with what they get paid? No. Do they think that they work more than what they get?
Work more.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
So this is called the perception of inequity or inequity or injustice in pay. So next topic that we are going to discuss is the equity financial rewards. Equity theory. So it's kind of the theory that it says that people are likely to give equally to what they get. Do you think the statement is real? For example, if you love someone so much and you are treated very bad, will you still love them so much
No,
equally to the first day for the next 10 years? No.
probably not.
If you work so hard and your managers don't recognize you at all, will you still work so hard for that line managers? No, right? So it's true. People are likely to give what they get. So the contributions of the employees are perceived based on or are committed based on what they think they get. This is Susan. So Susan says that I'm going to stop working so hard. I work harder than Mark and he gets all the pay rises. This kind of emotion, is the emotion that we call perception of inequity. She doesn't get equally to what she provides to the company. So what are the risks? The risks are that it will create moral problems in your company. If a lot of people think like that, of course the recruiter or the talent acquisition will work very hard to find new candidates because people will resign daily. Okay, so there are some kind of methods to prevent this kind of situation. So the equity or the perception or the feeling of the employees can be perceived based on these three dimensions. The first dimension is external equity. If you are an accountant of a company A and your best friend who graduates accounting from your university, she got another job as accountant in company B and she gets paid far more than you. That's the perception of inequity. External equity is when you compare yourself with the external parties. For example, like other companies, your friends, on internet sometimes. And internal equity is when you compare yourself with people in your company. You work super late until 9 or 10 at night every night, and you see the department like beside you, they go home at 6. what the hell, right? And we are getting the same bonus every year. We are getting like, pretty much the same pay. But why do I work till 9 or 10 p.m. every day? And I have to come to study MBA for Christ's sake. It's the inequity that you feel in the internal. And employee equity. Employee equity will happen when you compare yourself exactly with the same position or with your peer. Or with your, like, if you are a marketing executive for brand A, you have another marketing executive for another brand, but you see the inequity between these two, so you start to get the feelings, okay? You know that as an HR, we keep telling people, don't disclose your salaries to everyone. It's confidential. It's the rule. You'll be committed or wrongdoing if you disclose your salary to your friends. But it happens every day, every month, people will actually come to me and say, Kun why do I get less paid than that guy? I said, what? You are not supposed to know that. Oh, everybody knows. You cannot keep the salary secret. Yeah, it happens when you work with your colleagues and you get close to the colleagues, right? You hang out together, you go drink together, you spend your weekends together. It will come. So the company has to manage it before the employees start disclose their salaries because of the inequity and unhappiness. Okay. Okay, and as in the perception of the employers, you think the employee is the asset or the expense? Both. Yes. If you use the compensation in the wrong way, it will be a big expense because the employees is the fixed cost, right? If they are working or if they are not working, you have to pay them until the last day of their life or something like that. Okay. But if you are using the compensation and benefits into the right way to encourage them to give their best to the company, the employees will turn into the best asset for you. So this is a perception of everyone about the compensation, of everyone. If you are a business owner, you want to pay or you want to get? You want to pay more or you want to get from your employees more? Of course, you want to pay as least as you can and get the most as you can out of those employees, right? But if you are the employees, you will feel that, oh, how much does this company value me? Right? How much does the outside company value me? Should I explore outside? Should I find new job in case they value me more than these companies? This is the perception that the employees always have. And the market perspective. The market perspective is the, for example, if you are in a manufacturing company, in a factory, in some kind of Nikom, you are working in Bang Pagong, and there are 10 factories around you. The market, so everyone will kind of be a spy, trying to find out what do the companies or the factories beside you pay to be able to get attractive, to be able to be competitive with the market. And the cost perspective. If an HR like myself would like to implement some programs or some kind of incentive, I will have to work closely with the finance. I will have to think that is the program affordable? Will we be able to pay in the long run? Will it be sustainable? Will the employees like it or not? So this is the multi-perspective of the compensations. Okay, let's hear your story. Can you tell me some, I'll call you somebody. Can you tell me some of the dilemmas that you get with any kind of compensation, probably your salary when you start working or when you get offers from the company? Anything that deal with the money. Yeah, can I get answer from Mr. Blue teacher here? Yeah, you call it blue, so I say blue. Because you change job for the third time, there must be something.
It's not negative. It's
Yeah.
positive. So my previous job is project based.
Okay.
So when I changed to salaries, I didn't expect it to be good enough compared to project based, but it's good. It turned out to be good enough. So yeah, it's positive.
So you mean that your previous company wants to pay you more or what?
My previous company cannot pay that much.
Didn't pay that much. So you try to explore new opportunities outside
Yes.
and
But-
you found it.
Yes.
Okay. And when you go and talk to line manager, when you go and talk to your line managers, hey, I'm going to resign.
What was the reaction?
Yeah. When I told them that my new salary, he said okay.
Oh really? That easy?
Yes.
Okay, so they were not fighting.
No.
Okay. And did they ask like what kind of companies? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And your new new company a project based as well?
No. So it's changed to wage to salary.
Okay, change from wage to salaries. Why? So why did you choose? You probably got more freedom in your ex company. So why did you choose your new company?
So I was thinking like maybe getting the money by salaries. So my monthly could be like better to manage
Mm-hmm.
for myself.
So you just spent everything when you get yeah.
So I can spend everything before like the end of the month, and then I can refill.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, but that's normal. It will get better. Okay. Any other cases when you change job? Anybody change jobs? Of course, you do change jobs. Tell me. Did you change job in the past few years? Yes. How and did you get the money that you want from the new company?
Not all the time.
Not all the time. How many times?
There was once that I did not get what I expected.
And you change? Why? What's the reason behind?
It's on the personal reason as well.
Okay.
Occupation and family factors, relocation, that even not expected, but it's not that much from what I expected. So that's compensated to all.
Okay. And when you change job, did your old company try to fight with the new company in compensation?
They were asking first whether I am still in the same industry. When they know that I'm not in the same industry any longer,
Okay.
they just let it go.
They just let you go. Okay, pity them. Okay. Anybody used to confront your line managers or HR or whatever about your salary, about your compensation. No need to be salary, any compensations. Do you have questions? Yeah, you went to ask HR, you had question, you went to ask your line manager about money or anything? Yeah? You? No. So everybody is a very good employee, right? Yeah. It's okay. After you graduate from this MBA program, you'll be another person, trust me, because you will know more. And you know, when you graduate, you have MBA already, you have the degree, your price will rise for sure. I know it's suffering these days. I know you guys are suffering, but this is the best semester already. Yeah, but it's going to worth it. Yeah, your price will rise based on yourself, based on your profile. People, when I say that this is a best semester already, people will be like, really? Yeah, yes, this is a best semester already. The ones to come are much worse than this. Yeah, so be prepared. Not much worse, but yeah, you'll have to spend a lot of your energy and time into it. So this, the first 2 semesters is like, more lectures. But the ones to come, the 3rd, the 4th will be, I slept averagely like 3 or 4 hours for 3 years when I was doing MBA here. Okay, but yeah, wow. Okay, so people will be like, but don't quit, don't give up. I feel you. I made it, everybody made it, and you will make it too. Yeah, tell yourself that. So how do the companies get good people like you? How should they set the right compensation and effective compensation to be able to get good profiles like yourself? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think like, oh, what does HR do? Just administrative stuff. No strategies at all. Yeah, no numbers, no numerical, no analytical skill. HR or a company always gives salary based on feeling or based on the people that they have already. But it's not true. In good companies or good HR, they have kind of the methods and the dimensions that they actually consider before setting a compensation. Okay? Wow, this much. Yes, a lot of dimensions to give the price into each job. Okay, so all of these stuff will be taken into account to define the salary structure in every company. You just don't know it because they are working at back end, okay? So mainly, it's the employee yourself. Another one is organization. Another one is the job and the market. So as I asked you earlier, the reason I asked you because when you go interview for a job, when you change the company, of course no one expects less. Yeah, except the case that you change your field, you would like to explore the new field. So, yeah, you will have to lower your base down a bit. But the rest, everybody wants to move a job for one reason: is the pay, the higher pay. And how does the company evaluate yourself when they give you a job offer? So it will be your skills, of course, the education background, what did you graduate? Is it related to what they are looking for? The experience, that's the most important thing. The potential, when they interviewed you, do they see you as like bright people, energetic people, or do they see you like a very calm, sensitive one that are likely to resign within 2 months? Luck, of course, yeah. Luck, it's in one dimension as well. Salary compression. So salary compression is determined when you change your job a lot. Like Mr. A and Mr. B who never changed job and changed job 3 times. Of course, Mr. B will get more. Even though they might have like the same number of the years of service. Okay. And the organizations and the market, which we will talk later. Here, organizations. If you apply for a company which want to be the pay leader, you get paid more. But if you apply for a company who wants to be just like the follower, not the pay leader, you are likely to get less than the people in the market. Why do you think a company wants to be pay leader? And why do you think a company needs to be pay follower?
Maybe pay leaders want to attract top talent?
Yes, the pay leader will attract top talent. And why do they want to be a pay follower? Nobody wants to be a follower. But why?
Spend too much, I guess.
Probably because they think that working in the company is a pride, like you mentioned. Yeah. In Thailand, everyone wants to go to EGAT. Everyone wants to go to SCG. Do they need to pay high to get candidates? No. Do Samsung need to pay high? Do they need to? No. They just post job one night, they get 200 resumes within 2 days, right? Because they're EGAT, they're Samsung. They are, SCG. But for example, myself, I work in a tobacco company, which is not the category lead. The leader of the tobacco in Thailand is Marlboro, right? And Grongtip, Saiphone, the Thai brands. I'm the third one. I'm Mavius. I'm Camel. Who wants to work with me? Nobody knows JTI. Come on. Yeah. So that's why I need to be a pay leader in order to attract the right talent. Yes. Because of the reputation and other factors that will make the company be a pay leader and a pay follower. If you just start your own company, do you think in the first phase you need to be a pay leader or pay follower? Just start your own company. You start recruiting 50 people, 50 sales. Follower. Anyone else?
I think it depends on the job that is required. If it's not the main core of the company, just the pay follower.
Okay. So if you don't have much investment, you might need to be a pay follower. But if you decide to be a pay follower, do you think you can attract 50 salesperson to come and apply with you? No. You might need to speak with each individual that trust me, I'll make your family rich and stuff like that. You might need to talk to each and every one of the candidates to attract a candidate. You will be super tired. So normally when people start to run their own business, they will be the pay leader for the executive first, for the top level. And in order to, if you have the top people already, it will attract other people to follow. Yes. So these kind of strategies that a company needs to think, okay, And of course, you need to take the ability to pay into account as well. If you want to be a pay leader, but if you pay and you get bankrupt, don't do it. Okay. And the labor market. There are several markets in Thailand and in like everywhere in the world. The markets can be called, another name is industry. Okay. I myself am in the FMCG company, as I told you. The fast-moving consumer tobacco is one of the fast-moving goods as well. Some of you might be in the manufacturing. Some of you might be in the tech firm. Lazada, e-commerce. At Asia. Some of you might be in the advertising firm, Ogilvy, or some of you might be in a governmental or Thai firms or audit firm. So these kind of firms is called industry. And when a company decide to create that salary structure, they will use a tool. So it doesn't come for no reasons. They'll use a tool from these companies or from these consultants. Sometimes we use Hay, sometimes we use Aon Hewitt, sometimes we use Tower Watson or Mercer. My company that I have been working for, we use Mercer to compare the salary with the market. I'll show you later. And cost of living. Of course, if you are working in Bangkok, if you are recruiting people in Bangkok, and if you are recruiting people in Uttaradit, you think the base salary should be the same or not? No, because the cost of living are much different. The labor unions, in some of the big companies, they have labor unions. In Thai, we call it Hap Rengan. The labor unions in the factories are likely to demand for their employees. The economy at that stage and the law. This is the composition of the creation of the salary in the company. For these two dimensions. So after the break, we will talk about the labor, how to actually put the number into each job, into each market to get the salary structure for a company. Okay, and so you will come back at around what time? Usually, when I was studying, it was like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, oh yeah, you are
Sure.
saying because you want 30 minutes, right? So how? Like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
right? Or not?
About that.
A shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you come back early, so we can finish early, yeah. That's
Alright.
fair enough, right?
Fair enough.
Okay, so if any questions at all, just please feel free to come approach now.